Hello everyone. Let us just do a mic test first. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? Hello Babal. You might recognize these here. Hello Damon, Tim Brown. Hello. It's a little bit late here in France. It's 8:15 p.m. and this is the first time I do this kind of lives at this time here. But unfortunately, I was working all day, and this is the only time I have for this live. And I wanted to talk with you about the new Insta360 Ace Pro 2 that I don't have. This is here, the Ace Pro, the first generation. I don't have the Ace Pro 2. By the way, I made a short on my channel. I'll be giving away one action camera like this one. It's a budget friendly camera, by the way, so you can give it if you don't want to use it for yourself. You can give it to your kids, to your friends as a gift. It's a nice one. It's about 100 US dollars. So I'll be making the giveaway about this camera. I think probably this week I will release the video, and the camera will be shipped to your place wherever you are in the world. And this is a partnership with SV Boni. To be honest, it's not at all like the Insta360 Ace Pro or the DJI Action cameras or even the GoPro, but it's nice to have. And since it does not cost a lot, it could be a good option for those who would like to have maybe a second action camera for their kind of videos and so on. So is the audio good? Now I'm trying to use the Rode mic Go 2 here connected wirelessly to the Rode Wireless Pro that is connected to my laptop, and I'm filming this shot with the OBSpot Tail Air, I believe. Thank you OBSpot for sending me the Tail Air here, and I have behind the tiny Mini, I think, just behind on the computer. I wanted to switch the setup to have my main YouTube setup. It's like my main YouTube setup. I wanted to use whether my Sony a6700 or the XS20, but I was late. I couldn't configure them on time, so I got the OBSpot from back there, and I'm using it here. Although I'm using this camera that can track me, I stopped the tracking so I can have, okay, it looks like it started to track. I have to stop the tracking again so the camera will not, okay, because this camera can work with gestures, so I have to be aware of how I'm moving my hands in front of this camera. Okay, perfect. So I'm trying to find the best setup to make more lives. So let's see who is here. Hello, Dan, Sarah, Diego, Aiki Schwanth, Squeaky Wheel, Daniel, Ruhul Amin, Kelly Miller, Image Dynamic, Sonoran Desert Life Adventure, and more. So where are you guys from? Okay, I can see someone from Texas. Hi, GMG3 Precision. No more waiting for Ace Pro 2, taking too long. Gonna get the Action 5. It's lighter, amazing battery life for road cycling. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Action 5 Pro then. Well, As you know, I bought two of them. This is one here. And to be honest, I returned the second one. I made my tests on these cameras. I was not expecting this amount of tests, especially on the battery. They say that the battery lifetime is 4 hours 1080p. Well, I'm not sure that people these days will use their cameras in 1080p. So in 4K 25 frame per second, which is not ideal for cycling and so on, 4K 25 frame per second, I had about 3 hours, which is insane. And that's amazing, to be honest. But the bitrate of this camera are so low. So we have around maybe 50 to 60 megabit per second, which is a shame on DJI to have this implemented on this camera. They branded it as Pro. I don't know if you went to watch my full review for this camera, but they branded this camera as Pro. So we were expecting to have a Pro kind of cameras, a Pro kind of action cameras that we can use whether for action shots or even to vlog or to make some content for YouTube. And this is the main problem with this camera, the bitrate. And some says that with the new firmware we can get rid of that, but I'm not quite sure about that, because by adding by increasing the bitrate of this camera, the battery life will not be the same. So people will start talking about the battery life that will be maybe similar to the Action 4 or a little bit better maybe. And from the other side on this camera, besides the battery life, we will have more storage. So the internal storage of this camera won't be enough. 47 gigabyte now is very good, but if we increase the bitrate, we will have more data to store, and the internal storage won't be as good as they marketed to be. That's the main reason why they went with this low bitrate on this camera, in my opinion. They can increase it and they should increase it. I'm not saying the opposite, but I'm not sure that that will be beneficial for this camera. They might maybe tweak a little bit the software. They can remove the HDR look from the normal footage, normal color profile, but they cannot work a lot. They don't have much room to work on in bitrate, in my opinion. I'm really so curious to see how this camera can perform after the firmware update, but I don't know. I have lots of doubts about it, and I still prefer the look of the Action 4, maybe because we don't have the HDR look on the normal color profile and we have it here. So this is for me one big issue on this camera. The good thing here with these lives is that I know where are you from. Last weekend I went to Paris for the Salon de la Photo, and I met some guys that I used to watch on YouTube and I still watch on YouTube, and we became friends, and I met some other guys as well, and that's really nice to be able to communicate, to be able to see other people on this platform, that we are sharing the same hobbies, we are sharing the same kind of interest. That's very nice. And now with this live, it's very important. It's not like I'm sitting in front of my camera recording my video and that's it, because now we can talk, we can see. So we have people from Arizona, from India. Wow, India. What time is it in India now? DC. Just me from DC. That's nice. North Carolina, India. Okay, Dan is 100 kilometers from my door, so it could be in Paris or in Lille. Let me know that. Canada, Toronto. They must bring out a firmware, I hope. Well, I hope they will bring that firmware very soon. They said that it's gonna be released in the second half of October, because I tried to talk to them a lot recently. And by the way, I don't know if you watched the video I made for the battery life of the DJI Action 5 Pro, because I gave you a hack how to get this power handle for free, totally for free from DJI. I was not trying to hack them, but I was complaining about that the camera could not be connected to my phone, and that was really frustrating. And they ended up giving me a coupon code. It should be, first they said it's gonna be 30 euros, then they told me it's gonna be 70. And when I placed this one in the basket and I used that coupon code, it was totally for free, although this one is about 100 euros. So if you'd like to get one for free, try that hack and let me know if it works. Well, if you will quadruple your shutter speed by your frame rate, so if you are shooting in 25 frames per second and then you put your shutter speed 1 over 100 instead of 1 over 50th of the second to have that cinematic motion blur, that could solve a little bit the problem. But shooting at 100, well, shutter 1 over 100th of the second, is that really beneficial for you? Because that will take a little bit more space on your SD card. And I haven't tried this test. I might go do it maybe tomorrow. This is a good idea, so I'll try to test it for you. But I really don't like this kind of stuff where you have to find a way around the problems. These are action cameras. They must be like turn on and start shooting, and not like find some hacks to see how it works and so on. Like for example, the Fujifilm cameras now, whenever I have to turn it on, I have to go to the mic settings to change the mic settings to verify that everything is okay and start recording. And if the camera went to sleep mode while I'm recording, well, when I'm making a pose or something like that, I have to go again into the mic menu. So this is a hassle. On a big camera, you might say, okay, I can do it. But on small cameras, I think these should be like just turn it on and start shooting in auto exposure mode. How many of you are using an action camera in manual mode, by the way? Still unimpressed with the DJI Action 5. I just came in. Yeah, I'm totally disappointed so far. There is no official date for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I made a guess in the beginning. I said it could be in the 1st of October because some sources from Insta360, and if you've been here on my channel before, you know that I made a video with someone very at a very high position in Insta360. And last year we made the giveaway together on my channel, and I think I was one of the first channels who make giveaways for Insta360 camera. Although I'm not sponsored by them, I'm not paid by them, I have affiliate link with DJI, with GoPro, with Insta360. By the way, if you check, it's here, use this code here when you want to purchase from Insta360 and I get small commissions. That's a massive help for my channel, by the way. And I have also some affiliate links with DJI, so I have no relation, no work relation with Insta360 over DJI, for example. Okay. Hi, brother. Jason here. I was just about to buy the Action 5 as I wanted a new setup for my reinvention of my channel. Thank you for your information. I will now wait for the Insta360 model. Well, the Insta360, well, thank you for your message, for your comment here. The Insta360 will be a good camera according to what I received as leaks, and I got some footages, I got some images of the camera and taken with the camera, and I don't want to share them now. I might share them later on because I'm still trying to validate all the settings that they were used on this camera, because besides that, I got an email from an unknown source telling me these are some footages coming from the camera, and that was the same email who sent me some other photos of the camera. I I don't have any idea if these were taken with an Insta360 Ace Pro just to make me share some wrong information about that. Concerning the release date, I got the guess on October 1st, but I forgot, or I didn't know that there was a big holiday in China from October 1st till October 7th. So I didn't know about that. Now I know it. And I don't know. Now Insta360, according to the latest information I got last week, they wanted to release some teaser or something like that, but it didn't happen. I don't know why. Maybe I got some comments. People are saying that they know why, because they are changing something on the camera, they are making something better. At this stage, I'm not sure that they will change something on the camera, because if the launch is very soon, and I think it's very soon, the models, the cameras are already produced, so they cannot change everything. They might change maybe on the software, but that will not affect the shape of the camera and the build quality and the form factor of the camera. Hello MBV5 from Lithuania. Hello Archie S from Bermuda. Diego from Colombia. Kia Shanyo Sabuson from Italy. Nima Wayne from Iran. Lawrence Jacobs from Belgium. Hello from Seattle. Email sucks 98. Okay, I use the Action 5 Pro only for night shooting, significantly better than Action 4 night quality. In night mode, the night mode of the Action 5 is way better, because we don't have a dedicated night mode on the Action 4. I made a video about that. I made a short where I asked you to guess which is which. I was testing the Action 5 Pro and the Action, well, one in night mode and the other one not in night mode, in normal mode. So the Action 4, I compared it also in night mode to the Action 5 Pro, and of course there is a big gap here in night mode. But once again, we have a 4 nanometer AI chip. Well, it's not an AI chip, but now we can say AI for everything. This is a chip here, the Qualcomm, I don't remember the model exactly. This will enhance the video quality of this camera. But, okay, now it zoomed a little bit. Okay, but the problem with this mode, I made a video in my review of this camera. We can see that this mode is very sharp, and we don't have any way to adjust the sharpness of this mode, and that's for me, well, I didn't like it. So I tried to figure it out by getting the normal mode and changing the sharpness, the texture, in order to get somehow similar results. And I think shooting in normal mode with the Action 5 and playing around with the texture, with the denoise, will be way better option than using the feature here, the low light mode, directly built in on the camera. On the opposite side, the Insta360 Ace Pro, the first generation, is very appealing in low light, way more than the DJI Action 5 Pro, because we don't have that extra sharpness on the videos, and that's for me something that I like. Here in my studio, I have a Sony here, I have a Fuji here, and I have a 1/4 inch black mist filter on top of them, just to reduce the sharpness, the digital sharpness of the cameras, of the lenses. So I really don't like to have these extra sharp videos with the Action cameras, and they say that for consumers, they think that this extra sharpness is quite nice because we have more details and so on. But if you want to see it on a big screen, like I have behind me, on your TV, on even on a good smartphone, you will see that the video quality is not as good as you want it to be, especially that they are branding it as a pro camera. Okay, Dan, you are from the north, 100 kilometers. That's interesting. Yeah, I think lots of creators have it already. I don't have it. And as I told you many times before, when a camera will be released, don't go watch those people who are already, well, don't go watch lots of videos that are sponsored, because when we are sponsored, for example, I'm sponsored with SV Boni to make the giveaway of this camera. So in the video, you will, I'm not lying on you. I'm sharing the video, the footages as they are without tweaking. But I said clearly in the video, you're gonna see it. I'll be trying to post it maybe on Wednesday. So you, or maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure about that yet. But in the video, I said that it's not as good as an Action 4, Action 5 Pro, or as an Insta360 Ace Pro, even though I'm paid to make this video. But the problem with brands is that it's not a problem, it's normal. They have to market, to promote, to communicate about their products, and that's not the problem. But once you see a product that will be that is just released and you have it, you see it with some people hands, make sure to watch it with, like, it's like a video just to showcase the product, not to show you the good parts and the bad parts of the product. So if you are interested to see that kind of videos, to see the good things, the bad things, and in between, you can wait few more days after the release to watch, for example, whether my channel or some other channels as well. In this way, that will be more helpful and more useful for you, I think, to make your own decision about this camera. I don't know why this HubSpot made, how we can remove the zoom. Okay. Do you think that an action camera is good choice for an outside vlogging? An action camera these days is an amazing tool to vlog with, whether a DJI, even GoPro in daylight, Insta360, or even this Pocket 3 here. These are amazing options, and I find myself using this Pocket 3 way more than the Fuji or the Sony cameras, because it's compact, lightweight. In the Salon de la Photo, lots of people stopped by me and they asked me about this camera, and I felt like I'm working for DJI in the Salon de la Photo, because I've been promoting this one a lot, even though it was not meant to be like that. But people like this camera, they like the footage out of this camera, and I got one issue with it during the Salon de la Photo. And on Saturday, I tried to make a live session with it with Eric Gibault. You can go watch his channel, he's an amazing creator. And after finishing the live, I figured out that the live was not on and the camera didn't transmit the footages to YouTube in live, and that was a big problem with this camera. And then I searched that on the internet and I saw that if the network is not stable, we can have this issue. Well, maybe I had to figure it out differently, but we wanted to share what's in the Salon de la Photo live with you on my channel. Hello, Mr. Miyagi. I have my money on around October 22 or that would be good on 24th. It's my birthday, so that will be perfect if you send your money here. For Ace Pro 2 release, we should see teasers in the next couple of days, I think. Well, I think we will see teasers very soon, especially that Quadro News released lots of images, lots of information. Some of them I already shared them, but he got them in a better quality, the photos. But truth to be told, I someone told me that in the Salon de Photo that he was surprised that it's a French guy who's releasing these leaks for the first time. That's something very interesting. Wow, it's already midnight in India now. Thanks for being here. Okay, the raw mic quality of the Ace Pro 2, well, let's be honest, on the Ace Pro, the raw audio file of the camera, the built-in mic, is not as good as the DJI, and that's for sure. Even if we if we connect the Bluetooth microphone, it's not as good as the DJI, because the DJI, they have already their own mics that can connect flawlessly to the camera and so on. But on the Ace Pro 2, they worked a lot on the audio, and you can see on the front side, this is the Ace Pro. We have nothing here. But on the Ace Pro 2, we have a new microphone unit on the front side. So that means that this camera is getting closer and closer for vloggers. And they made the minimum focusing distance even shorter. On this one, we have at around 40 or 50 centimeters. I think more 50 centimeters on the Ace Pro. And we will have way closer focusing distance on the Ace Pro 2. I got a shot. They told me that it's from the Ace Pro 2. If my thoughts and if my guesses are correct, we have about 30 centimeters of focusing distance. If my guesses are correct, because I got a shot taken by the camera and they told me that it's so close to the camera, but then I got the same shot taken from the backside, from the screen of the camera. And if my guesses are correct, we are at about 35 centimeters, not more. We will not have 10-bit D-Log on Ace Pro 2, and I made many videos, 2 videos actually, about 10-bit and 8-bit recording. The average monitors are 8-bit these days, so it's rare to find a monitor with 10-bit color depth. So this is one. Number 2, 10 bits will require more processing, more storage, and if you would like to edit your footages, that will take more time, especially if you want to shoot in log. I don't know how many people, let me know, write it in the chat box. Do you prefer shooting with an action camera in 10-bit and D-Log or in log mode, or just shoot your footages and be able to show them to your friends to post them on your social network? Please answer that in the chat box. Because personally, I thought in the beginning last year when the Ace Pro was released that we need to have that 10-bit because we are used to 10-bit recording on the other cameras. But the truth is, actually, I don't use it. Even on my Sony, on my Fuji camera, I rarely use 10 bits in my home studio. To be that's to be honest. It's not like I have it here whenever I want to do some bigger production video, I can use it. But for typical videos, talking headshots, vloggings, and so on, I don't need it. And I have a request to DJI, please add the 8-bit on the Pocket 3 because we can only shoot in 10-bit now. I really want to see the 8-bit on the DJI Pocket 3. It's not like downgrading. Shooting in 8-bit will allow us to edit faster, will allow us to record more, and to save power on the battery. I need to see 8-bit on the Pocket 3, and let me know if you would like also to see 8-bit on this Pocket 3, by the way. the wind muff on on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 to reduce the wind noise. That's true, because here, look, we have only, I don't know if you can see it, we have only one mic hole, and that's not enough to record good audio. And with the new camera we will have better audio pattern, better audio processing, and that will be amazing. So if you want to vlog at big distance, you need that Bluetooth mic. And we saw on a photo that I leaked also that we have a new Bluetooth thing inside of the camera to be able to connect to the microphones easily and in a better way. For now, what we know on the Ace Pro 2, that we can use it to vlog with the wind muff on the front side, and when we are shooting, when we are vlogging at maybe arm length or maybe 30-40 centimeters away, we don't need to use a wireless microphone. And there is a problem with wireless microphones. People are, even myself, we try to put it here on our shirt, on our sweatshirt, and so on. So when the microphone is here, it will capture the bass tone, so the low frequencies, a lot, and that will make the audio very like in a box, you know. But when we hold the microphone a little bit far away, when we hold it not on the chest, a little bit in front of our mouth, the audio quality will be different. And that's why Casey Neistat, he used to vlog with the camera, with his big camera and the microphone on top of it, rather than having a wireless microphone on his chest. Actually, yes, we will not see 10-bit. I'm sure if they want, they can add it. DJI in the beginning on the Action 4, I think they had only 8-bit, and then they added the 10-bit on the Action 4 or Action 3. I'm not sure about that. But they added the 10-bit later on. So if Insta360 want to add it, it's feasible. But I don't think there is a chance for them to add it, because as they said once, about 90 or 95% of people using an action camera will shoot in 8-bit, and they are working, it's a business, they want to sell and they want to sell more. So adding more features and 8-bit will be way better than 10-bit and lowering the features of the camera. If we can compare the DJI Action 5 Pro in 8-bit and 10-bit, we can see that difference clearly, because lowering the bitrate and shooting in 8-bit is way more beneficial as for the image quality, rather than shooting in 10-bit and have the low bitrate, because the bitrate is like how much data are processed per second and stored per second on the camera. The more data we capture, we acquire with the camera, more time it needs to process and more place it will need to store them. So having 8-bit and lowering the bitrate is a good option on the Action 5 Pro, and this is once again a good explanation why Insta360, since the release of the Action of this Ace Pro, they didn't want to add the 10-bit color depth. When the release, I think, as I already mentioned it also in my video a few days ago, that we might see it, but I think after October 18th. It's a guess. I know that it will be released before the end of the month. That's for sure. That's what I got as an info from insiders from Insta360. I hope they can stick to this date, because we are really excited to get the camera to compare it first to this one here. So I hope that we will start seeing it after October 18th, especially that they have a discount on their website. So if you go purchase whether the Go 3S, the Go 3, the Insta360 Ace Pro, or even the X4, X3, and so on, you can get gifts. By the way, if you use my affiliate link here, you can get gifts from Insta360. Exactly. There is a log kind of, yeah, they added a log profile, but once again, I'm not a fan of log profile because I made another video about this topic. Shooting in log is to color grade the footage later on. And if we would like to color grade the footage on, that means that whether we have many cameras, we want to match the colors between them. That's one reason. The second reason, if we want to make like a bigger production, a nice video, a very good video, well filmed and well produced. And if we want to make that kind of great video, that Netflix kind of video, we will not use an action camera, let's be honest. And now we have the log on this camera. And DJI added a free lot, so you can download it from their website for the Action 4 or the Action 5 Pro or even the Pocket 3. But if you take that lot and you apply it to your timeline, you will see that it's not as good as the normal color profile. Unless you would like to shoot, as I said in my video, in manual exposure, manual white balance, and then you will shoot in log. You can color grade, you can tweak every rush by itself, but shooting in log in automatic exposure, automatic white balance is a big no in my opinion. You should not do it because you will not be satisfied. You will lose time a lot. You will post process your footage, you will like color grade your footage and so on, and you will not be happy with the results. So better go with the camera, shoot a normal color profile and enjoy your time outdoors. This is the most important thing here, because these are action cameras to be able to use them outdoors. And GoPro is a no-go. I don't know what's happening with GoPro. If you have some contacts with GoPro, please send it to me because we have to talk. It's a bad camera, to be honest. It's good in daylight when we have enough light. You can get great image quality, but once the light started to change, that's a no-go. Does the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 come with Adventure combo? Well, if you see on the box that I shared, it was the cover of the video by the way, you can see that we have two batteries and Insta360 with the basic bundle I think. But Insta360 on their website, they have always lots of combos. They don't have only two combos, the standalone and the adventure combo, but you can find like a cycling combo, like a vlogging combo, like a snorkeling combo. So you can find many combos. You can choose the one that fits you the best. GoPro, and they had their chance. They had many chances. They blew it. Yeah, GoPro, they were alone on the market, and then later on they started to have some competition. The first competition they got with the DJI Action one, and I remember I got the GoPro Hero 8, and then when DJI released the Action one, I bought it, and directly I sold my GoPro Hero 8. It was lagging, it was bugging a lot, the screen was not responding well, and the Action 1 was way better. So since GoPro Hero 8, GoPro started to go down. That's why people, they always prefer the GoPro Hero 7 because it didn't have any competition back then. Hello Garcia Jaime from Spain. Hello Rasika Fernando from Sri Lanka. Je crois que trouvera l'Ace Pro 2 pour le 11 novembre in French. Well, I hope it will be available before November 11th. And by the way, thanks for this here. Wait. I met Babal, a follower of my channel, in the Salon de la Photo in Paris, and he gave me those. If you want, go check his channel. He makes some cool stuff with these kind of balls here. Thank you, James. Yes, A5 Pro using 4 nanometer Qualcomm CPU. They want American made this round. Not sure if it was a good move for them. I think they want to move a little bit to the American um, type of sensors, American type of non semiconductors, because of the problem they have concerning their drones. They might move a little bit also on the drone level just to be able to be present always in the United States. Uh, really been enjoying your honest reviews. Thank you. Very good content. Could you confirm how easy it is to connect a DJI microphone to the Insta360 in comparison? Well, to be honest, to connect the DJI Mic 2 to the Action 4, Action 5 Pro, or the Pocket 3 will be way easier than connecting it to any other camera, even connecting it to your smartphone, to any other camera in the market. Especially that these microphones, where are they? These microphones here are made to connect automatically with their cameras. This is the only thing I can say about this, and in my opinion it's very obvious. DJI will not allow other brands, whether smartphones or other kind of action cameras, to get all the data via Bluetooth, because the Bluetooth bandwidth is limited. And I'm sure that in the cameras of DJI they have a kind of receiver to connect to their microphones, and it works differently than a normal Bluetooth connector. But if you know other things about this story, I would like to know more about it. But according to what I know, they have a built-in receiver unit inside of this camera to connect automatically with their DJI Mic 2. DJI Action 5 Pro versus Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is the only comparison I want to watch. Raw mic quality, low light quality, and the most important factors are the most important factors. Either one will be a massive upgrade from my Action 3. I've heard once something, it was like 2 years ago, then you don't have to upgrade every model, keep a model, skip one model, and then upgrade later on. So you got the Action 3, and now any camera these days will be way better than the Action 3. Last year, I made the comparison between Action 1, 2, 3, and 4 from DJI. Go check that, and you will see that the Action 1 actually is a very good camera. It's still a very good camera. Have you any news about new firmware update from? I think they told me, well, when I contacted DJI, they told me that there will be a firmware, and it's gonna be from on the second half of October. So I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna arrive very soon. That's why I always now have the Action 5 Pro in my pocket, in my backpack, in case we got the firmware, so I can try it and test it immediately. Have you any news? Okay, that could help a lot. The lack of updates at this point, with all the negative comments, will hurt them against it. I think they are waiting for the Ace Pro 2 to be released, so they know what they are facing and they can adjust their firmware accordingly. If that's true, that means that we will not see a firmware from DJI before a month from now. I like the snap-on wind muff. That's a good idea and should improve the input in camera without having an external mic with a dead cat. Will be interesting to see how well it works. Exactly, that will be great thing. You can pop it on and off. That will be amazing. I tried reducing the sharpness in the app and it just made everything muddy and worse. Yeah, if you in low light, that's the problem. But you have to get, well, in my tests, you can go watch the full review. I think if you put the sharpness on 0 in normal color profile but shooting at night, that will give you a good result. Yeah, I'm also surprised how DJI were able to release such camera without like communicating about new firmware soon or so on. What do we have also? What is your opinion, Pocket 3 or Ace Pro 2? Well, they are two different cameras. I will be comparing very soon the Pocket 3 to the DJI because I have one kind of test I would like to make it to compare it. And what I like in my comparison, it's like so funny for me and so entertaining for me to make them because sometimes I give some conclusions, but mostly I keep it to you to decide which one you prefer the most. And this is very interesting because I think also it's a matter of preference. If you like the look of the Pocket 3, you will not like the look of any action camera and vice versa because this one will focus close to your face and you will have a blurry background. The thing that you will not have at all with any action camera unless you are using these close-up filters. Well, Tim, by the way, we have to make a live together, as we said maybe after the release of the Ace Pro 2. Sponsored reviews aren't really reviews. And yeah, I agree. Before they used to say that this is a review, it's sponsored, and so on. Sometimes they don't say that it's sponsored. But you know, some now recently they stopped saying that this is a review. They say it's not a review, we're just showcasing the product because it's a sponsored video. But once again, when you showcase something, you're paid to say good stuff. And I never saw a sponsored video with bad like thoughts or showing the problems. And it's funny because some great creators that I like a lot, such as Danny Manning, Peter Lindgren, and so on, when they release a sponsored video, they don't say what they really think about the product. A few days after they release what they think about the product. And that thing is nice for us, consumers and viewers and people who are interested in these products. But I don't know if this strategy can still work for the brands who are paying these creators to talk about them because they talk good, they say good stuff in one video, and then they started to say that we are disappointed about this camera and so on. But that's amazing for us because I can skip literally the first video they share and then I can watch the second one so I can have an honest thought about the product. The detachable lens on the Ace Pro 2. So, according to what I got from my source, that we might see a macro lens coming soon for the camera. That means that when Insta360 send the cameras to the creators to start making videos, to start preparing the content for them, there were no macro lens by that time. But I think they will think about it, especially that they saw that GoPro made it and they made some sales from their macro lens, although I'm not a big fan of macro lens on such cameras, but okay, they can make it and we can use it. And the good thing is that we can detach the lens, although I never scratched any lens on my action cameras or even on my big cameras because I take good care of them. And this one fell onto the ground twice and it looks very nice. I only had to clean it to rinse it with water and that was it. So changing the lens will be good for some users who need that. Okay, I'm sorry, 911. That's dangerous, 911. Sound is low. For DJI to adjust the look of normal 10-bit color profile shouldn't be too hard. I fix my footage by adjusting the black and contrast, etc. Yeah, but once again you have to work on the video later on. And the whole idea about these kind of cameras is to use them immediately, in my opinion. Mr. Miyagi, I returned my A5 Pro. I bought two and I returned one. So I still have one waiting for the Ace Pro 2 to arrive so I can just make this comparison. Maybe I will return it. Who knows? Yeah, the OLED screen is a great thing. I hope that from now on all camera brands will add OLED screens, by the way. Well, I hope that I can provide you with that ultimate unbiased video and sound comparison. I encountered the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in person as I went in front of thousands of people the other day. What's your opinion on Action 5 Pro's well, to be honest, I haven't done photos with these cameras. I use them just to capture some videos and not to take photos. I might use them for photos for some family time and so on, for some vacation time. I haven't got any occasion now to use the photos of this one. During the summer, I had my brother who came from Lebanon with his family. We took some photos with the Ace Pro. We got some photos also with the Action 4 in Paris, and both of them were good. I preferred using the Ace Pro in low light to get these photos because we have a big screen. We can see what's happening, what is the frame, and so on. And the low light performance of the Ace Pro are way better than the Action 4. But for some convenient use, because I was shooting with the two cameras to make some tests, so I make some photos with both of them. One teaser, Mr. Miyagi is saying one teaser comes out, it'll be 5-7 days. The camera will launch. That's been exactly. But remember last year for the release of the Ace Pro, they announced it, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. We started to see the teaser, and it was released maybe Tuesday or Thursday. I'm not sure about the date exactly, but the time was so short between the release of the teaser and the camera itself. They might use the same method for this year. By the way, do you think that these leaks and these teasers and these, well, rumors and leaks are beneficial for the brands, or you think that these are not good thing for the brand, and the brand is always hoping for the surprise effect on the release date? DJI has the best audio ecosystem. You can't beat there, Mike. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm expecting the teaser before the end of this week. Don't quote me on that, but I'm expecting it maybe in 2 or 3 days from now. I'm hoping that the Insta360 will come out with its own version of the DJI Mic 2 for the... That's what I told them last year. You have to make your own microphone. You cannot use the camera. It's not good, well, to brand the camera while having a DJI in the other hand to talk to the camera with, because these are two competitors in action camera world. So I think they have to make it. And now I've been in the Salon de la Photo. Lots of brands are having wireless microphones. They are all the same, branded differently, shaped a little bit differently, weighing 9 grams, 7 grams, 11 grams. So they are almost all the same, you know, and they can just get a pattern, work on it a little bit, make it work automatically with their cameras, I think they can do it. 10-bit can only be color graded and played on PC with editing software. Yeah, exactly. MD Enjoyer, you can play 10-bit on phones. Exactly, so you don't need these 10-bit in my opinion. You can color 8-bit, of course. You know, when I'm shooting with my cameras here in my home studio, the Fuji and the Sony, I have a lot that I made to color these footages, although I'm shooting a normal color profile. And even though with that I can color grade it a little bit, you cannot tweak the colors a lot, but you can do lots of stuff with your editing software. And I'm shooting once again in 8-bit my videos. 10-bit for color grade. Phones are not able to play or edit or color grade 10-bit videos. I have tried with my Sony A7. Wow, these are huge files as well. What Insta360 will hopefully address basically everything A5 Pro can do and do it in 8K. Well, once again, the 8K is a commercial thing in my opinion, because how many of you have 8K monitors? That's one. 8K files means larger files, bigger, and you will drain your battery faster. Bigger files for the processor, you might have some overheating for long time shooting, and you will lose lots of time in post processing and editing your footages. 8 8K is, I made a video about quad Bayer sensor technology. You can go watch it. It's like having like small pixels in 8K, and when you go to 4K resolution, you combine every 4 pixels in one, so you can gather more light, which is very beneficial for low light, for dynamic range, and so on. I never had a camera in the first place, but after listening some YouTubers blabbering about 10-bit D-Log, so I thought when I bought an action camera, I'll shoot in 10-bit to get better quality. Yeah, I agree, and that's unfortunately wrong with action cameras. You can get better quality, but you need to work a lot on your videos. Do you think there was a major issue or bug that causes this drastic of a delay? Maybe processing issue or focus issue again? Maybe. Well, I said that before. I don't think they will change the cameras now. If there is an issue on the camera, to be honest, imagine you produced like 100,000 of units, let's say only this amount, and you found that there is a problem. You will not change everything. You will not start from scratch. That's really not feasible. They changed something, because if you see the first leaked image, we have written here dual AI sensor, dual AI chip, that we don't have it on the latest leaked images. So here they changed a little bit the camera, and for me that was it, the change in the camera and the form factor of the camera. Now they might tweak a little bit the firmware, but that's it. They will not change the hardware of the camera anymore, I think. Well, I use DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. I switched from Adobe Premiere to DaVinci Resolve. Maybe now it's been like a year and a half ago, and it's a very good software. And the good thing with DaVinci Resolve is you pay for it once and you have it for lifetime. It's not like a subscription-based software like the Adobe Premiere. As I have said in a comment on one of your videos, the human eye can only see about 10 bit. Yeah, but you can see the 10-bit of colors, but here I think the question is how much you can tweak the colors. Of course, if you have 10-bit or 12-bit or 14-bit, you can tweak them even better, even more. But you cannot notice that at all, and it's a matter of preference, how your eyes are used to see things. It's like when I buy these headsets here, I have this headset that I use to edit my videos. This one cost about maybe 100 US dollars. It's a Sony. I don't know the model of it, but for some people who are used to listen to music, who are used to work in audio files, they think that they say that this one is a rubbish. But for me it works really well because I'm not an audio expert. I'm not used to distinguish little audio stuff in the files, so for me these are good, but for professionals these are not good at all. There's a very small percentage of users that know how to color grade 10-bit or even know what 10-bit is. Insta360 is not targeting this small demographic, although it would be a nice option if they can add it for if we need to get like some footage, some videos in 10-bit for some specific work. Hello, Zach. Okay, I want the best results out of the camera, period. I love it when people say shoot 10-bit then color grade after, which can take hours. Exactly. Exactly. We agree on lots of points here, Mr. Miyagi style. By the way, your channel name reminds me of a Netflix series. Most users hardly know how to turn on an action camera and you want them to use DaVinci? Well, for consumers, that will be a big step to use DaVinci. Well, in the last few days, I was editing my videos quickly on CapCut, just the talking headshot, and that's it. And they performed really well, in my opinion. So, yeah. The 2x zoom is a solid feature for travel content. Only 4K on Osmo Action doesn't allow quality crop exactly, and that's the clarity zoom of the Insta360 Ace Pro and the 8K files. This is the only use I see for the 8K files on the Insta360 cameras. Not looking at YouTube chat, he's reading a different chat. Hello, Retro Busker. I don't know what you are saying. Samyam, hello. The Ace Pro 2, as I said many times now, I think will be released after October 18th. 4x zoom on Ace Pro 2, you can have it digitally, but you will lose lots of quality. If you go from 8K to 4K, then that means that you can have only 2x zoom. So to have the 4K export file. Adobe Premiere standard pack will be with 2 batteries will be 20 euros dollar. Action Pro or Ace Pro. I thought you are talking about Adobe Premiere. I don't know why. Have you used a tablet with 10-bit footage? Using CapCut to color grade, it works. I cheat when I'm traveling. I don't have time. I use lots. Well, I don't even use lots. I shoot in with the Pocket 3. It's 10-bit, and I edit them quickly on CapCut, and that's it. Without changing colors, without changing anything, because the most important thing is to create the content, and it's not how you create it. Of course, you want to have the best quality possible, the best audio and image quality possible, but in my opinion, I think, and the videos that are working really well on my channel, that are hitting really well, are videos that I made on the go with only one single camera, maybe, or like an action camera or a pocket camera, like walking and talking. And these videos are still performing really well rather than using a full YouTube setup here that cost a lot. 4K 120, that thing you will have it, and 2x zoom with the clarity zoom. Of course you can have, I think, well, I don't have the camera, but this is most probably the case with the Ace Pro 2. And we already have them with the Ace Pro, so I don't know why we will not have them with the Ace Pro 2. You were Italian based on your English accent, but I realize now that you live in France. Anyway, I'm staying with the Action 4 until the next release in 2025. Hello, Sig. No, I'm not Italian. I'm Lebanese. And wait. So this is the Lebanese cedar here. And I'm Lebanese, and actually Lebanon is passing through hard times. So it will be great if you can just think about Lebanon in a good way. That will be helpful for the whole population of my country. I mix match to get the best possible result. I make intros in light cut and find, wow, that will take lots of time. Recently, I really prefer to produce the video quickly so I can pass to another topic, to something else, rather than spending weeks and weeks or days and days on one single video. I tried the Lumix S5, not the S5 II. And yeah, I agree they have the best IBIS. That's sure. And during the Salon de la Photo, the last couple of days, I was really hesitating if I get a Lumix from there, or even maybe I also was checking the FX30 from Sony. I was checking the GFX 100 S2 from Fujifilm, and I was checking the Canon R5 II. Well, I think I'm going to get a Lumix or a Canon in the upcoming future, in the near future. Well, Retrobusker, I still don't understand what you are saying. I have my computer here to read the chat, and I have my camera here to talk with you. So there are moments where I look down to see what are you guys writing on the chat part. And I'm new to these lives, so bear with me. I'm trying to get better. If you watch my previous lives, I think that this one has the best quality, whether in audio or video, compared to the previous times. Thanks for the video I watched telling me about the bitrate on the Action 5 Pro. You can tell how washed out the videos can be, so I'll wait for DJI to upgrade the bitrate on the Action 5 Pro. Charlie's drones. What kind of drones are you using? Here in France, it's getting very complicated to use drones, even though I am a certified drone pilot, but things are getting very bad for us next year in 2025. Okay, in case anyone is wondering, I showed up on YouTuber Action Kids birthday live stream in front of thousands of people. I'm the guy in the scooter. He was streaming with the DJI Pocket 3. I think it's worth to wait for the Ace Pro 2, and I'm waiting for it as well. I think it's gonna be a very good camera, according once again to some footages that I saw taken with the camera that I got from the camera itself. I don't have the data of the video to see how they were recorded. I don't have more information about that. That's why I haven't shared them on my channel. I'm working to get more info about these footages to try to post them hopefully before the official teaser. I'm not so behind on the comments. The thing is that there is a delay, by the way. And well, you might be typing so fast, but once again, I'm new to that. Never done this kind of conversation and replying to comments in the same time. I have to be better in that, I admit. But the idea of this live is to chat, to talk with you, to be able to let you all chat together as well. That's something very interesting. Yeah, it's on sale because there is an Ace Pro 2, but the Ace Pro is still a very good camera. It is competing with with the Action 5 Pro, and in lots of scenarios, it's winning over the Action 5 Pro. Yeah, I know the video photo modes were leaked. I already have some photos, not only the specs, but also some photos and videos taken with the camera. No 8K in Ace Pro is not upscaling. These are sensors with a small pixel size, so you can use whether the 8K or the 4K. On DJI, it's on the DJI Action 4, we had the same sensor that we had on the Ace Pro, but they chose not to use the 8K version of that sensor. By the way, thank you, Mr. Miyagi style, because you're helping me a lot with the comments. I don't have any idea about the release date. I made a guess about it around October 18th because they have a sale that will end on October 17th, I believe, and they cannot release a camera and put it directly on sale. That will not be something that any brand will do. So once they finish that sale, that will end on October 17th, if I'm not wrong. After that, they can announce the Ace Pro 2. Now, for example, the last comment I have is, and riding is that will make some amazing footage coming out of the Ace Pro 2. Just to so you know why I'm late maybe on the comments. Yeah, I can remove the ads on the screen on the stream. I can remove, well, this is my Instagram handle. I'm a portrait photographer in France. You can go check what I do on my Instagram account, and I have my code down on this side here. This code here, you can use it on the Insta360 website if you'd like to buy a camera from their shop, and I can get small commission and you get free gifts when using my code. Oh, thank you, MD Enjoyer. It's not like I missed several. I saw that you are talking, and Mr. Miyagi is answering lots of stuff, especially about DaVinci Resolve 8-bit and 10-bit. If there is something that I forgot, please write it again so I can check it now. By the way, with this code here on Insta360, the gifts are different from time to another. Sometimes you can get like a free selfie stick that costs around 78 euros. Sometimes you can get memory cards, covers, screen protectors, bags, and so on. So the gifts may vary from one time to another. So if you bought a camera using this code and then you buy another camera, you might expect to see something very different. I know that there is one guy who bought the X3 via my link. He got lots of gifts at once. The second day, he got another delivery with a water bottle from Insta360 as in a second shipping method, I think. But he got twice packages. Yeah, the S5 II is great. It's the best in the market. Well, maybe not the best now because some other cameras went out after the release of the S5 II, but the S5 II is a great camera. The thing is that I don't have Lumix lenses. I have Fujifilm, Sony, and Nikon lenses. Of course, I have also third-party lenses for these cameras, for these mounts, but I don't have Lumix mounts yet. So if I will get to Lumix, then I have to get lenses and I have to get this stuff. So if I can, maybe I thought about selling my Nikon gears, but when Z6 III was released, I was very excited about it. I bought it and it's a great camera. I really love it. I love my Fujifilm cameras, the S20, the XH2S, but I'm waiting for the new firmwares because the autofocus sucks now and I need something more reliable. Meanwhile, the Sony a6700 is a beast of a camera. I got some overheating issues with it. I'll be talking about that in another video, by the way, on my channel. What camera do you use? What mirrorless camera do you use? When the camera will be released, do I expect it in the shop or in the web? To be honest, I think some shops already have it because I asked Insta360 teams how Igor Bogdanov got those images, and they told me from a distributor. So a distributor is one who will distribute the camera to some local shops, and I think that Igor has some contact with some big distributors in his region, and he always get these leaks. Where do you live, Chaxologist, by the way? DJI, they said in the second half of October they will fix the bit. They will make a firmware update. I'm not sure that they can fix the bitrate properly. Well, we said everything about the Ace Pro 2 so far. Yeah, I can adapt lots of Nikon lenses, but once again, well, let's wait. If these lives work well, I might be able to afford another camera. Yeah, Sony cameras, they are amazing. Even these handy cams will always perform well. The camera from Insta360 will be available also on Amazon on the same date of the launch. That was the case with DJI, with Ace Pro, with the Link 2, Link 2C, with the Go 3S, with all the cameras that they have been on the market recently. They were announced also on Amazon as soon as they are announced on the official website. I got, for example, my DJI, the first one from Amazon. I got it shipped the same day I received it within 24 hours of ordering it. So that's great. Better than the Action 4 Insta360 Ace Pro. Hello, Priyanka Gupta. Traveling in Italy and I don't know what to do. Do I buy Action 5 Pro and trust DJI fixing everything, or I wait 1 week and lose so much footage of my... Well, get the Action 5 Pro and then you can return it if you're not happy with it. That's how I see things. Or you can get the Ace Pro, which is a very good camera as well. Thank you, Tim, for being here. Okay, guys. So I think now it's time to end this live. I hope I can make more conversation, more live sessions like this, because I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you do as well. And if you have some other topics you would like to talk about, just let me know. We can make live. We can go live with some of you who are interested in being in the same live. That will be also amazing to have this contact, this kind of conversation. That's really interesting. Can I use DJI Action 5 for creating reels, shorts, lip sync video? Of course. Of course, you can use it, the Action 5, you can use it whether in horizontal mode and then you can export in 2.7K, or you can flip it vertically and shoot vertical content if you want to shoot vertical content. Or you can get the Ace Pro or the Ace Pro 2 and use that free frame mode, I think. Yeah, free frame mode on these Insta360 cameras. Well, Action 5 is good, but it's not as good as we expect it to be, once again. And that's why I think that the Ace Pro 2 will be way better. Well, I'm crossing my fingers too. So, thank you guys for being here. I hope you had good time. I'm sorry if I've been late now. It's 9:40 p.m. So it's been about an hour and a half. Sorry about that. And I really enjoyed it a lot. If you have some topics you'd like to talk about, you can write that in any comment on any video so I can check it and we can make another live. We can talk about all of this stuff. And whenever I have some new information about this Insta360 Ace Pro 2, I will share them with you on my channel. Don't forget, you can go check my Instagram. You can see my work there. And this is, by the way, here my brand that I'm using now. And if you're interested in Insta360 cameras, you can find them here. Using this code here, you can get free gifts. And I have affiliate links with DJI, by the way. You can check them in the description box. Thank you again, all of you, for being here. You've been amazing. I really enjoyed it. And see you in another video. I'll be posting the video of, once again, let me tell you that I have a giveaway very soon. I'll post it on Wednesday or Thursday to let one of you win an action camera that's worth $100 or something like that, the SV Boni. So if you're interested, you can use it, or you can gift it to any of your friends, family, and so on. They will like it a lot. I'll post that within days from now on my channel. Thank you for watching and see you in another video. Ciao for now, guys.